You know what? I'm not even going to make a pun here. Just
Let's
go.
get down to it. Do. In the vast Marvel universe, symbiotes have bonded with various creatures, creating unique entities. The upcoming Venom War #1 comic introduced a novel symbiote hero, Venom Horse. Venom Horse will make its debut in brief one-page stories featured in all 5 of Venom War. These supplementary tales, penned by Venom War's writer Al Ewing and illustrated by Carlos Nieto, will reveal Venom Horse's origins and its escape from captivity. Each issue will also feature a special Venom Horse variant cover showcasing the new character in its full symbiote glory, as depicted by renowned artist Clayton Crain. Venom War, the latest symbiote crossover event, begins after Eddie and Dylan Brock experience unsettling visions of each other's future as Venom. This leads to a conflict between them to determine who will be the true Venom. The ensuing battle draws in symbiotes from past and present, forcing them to align with either Team Eddie or Team Dylan. It remains to be seen which side, if any, Venom Horse will choose. The first 3 issues of Venom War are scheduled for release as follows: August 7th for #1. #2 will be out September 4th, and #3 will be out October 2nd. All issues are written by Al Ewing, with main artwork and covers by Iban Coelho. The Venom Horse backup stories are illustrated by Carlos Nieto, while Clayton Crain provides the Venom Horse variant covers. Ta-da! Done. Next.
Nice. Okay. Well, that happened.
I tried to give all just the main details.
You did good, buddy. You did
Let's
good.
get out of there.
All right. What's next? Oh, okay. All right. So, because we haven't had enough Marvel Zombies, we now have Dawn of Decay, written by TV and comic writer Tom Krajewski, who did DC's Primer. And this is his Marvel debut, drawn by Jason Muhr, whose work we recently saw in Spider-Man 2099. This is a 4-issue limited series that is just in time for Halloween. So this is a new take on Marvel Zombies that starts when Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy accidentally unleashes a plant-based alien virus, turning the Avengers and other of Earth's mightiest heroes into plant-based zombies. So for this announcement, we've seen all 5 covers, which include a House of X homage cover by Annie Wu and the Saturday morning connecting cover there by Sean Galloway. And then, of course, included some of the interiors. So the synopsis reads, a new zombie virus is unleashed and Groot is patient zero. He feels bad, not just because Rocket's schemes put him in the crosshairs of the Avengers, but also that he's sick. Essentially, this goes from bad to apocalyptic after an ill-timed sneeze in Captain America's face has unforeseen consequences. Suddenly, Groot is attacked by a horde of zombie Avengers, and only him and the Hulk, who has impenetrable green skin, keeps him safe from this, remains impervious. So it's up to them to team up and fight their way through a zombie-stricken New York to Banner's lab and Avengers Tower to find a cure before it's too late. But can he essentially keep himself in check and on track, or will the Hulk essentially go smash on Earth's decaying mightiest Avengers? So this is, again, a 4-part miniseries. You got the variants, as we've seen, by Jason Muhr, Nick Bradshaw, Ron Liam, and Danny Wu, Sean Galloway. This is on sale in September, and most likely this will probably conclude by Christmas. So a little bit of that Black Christmas drama for y'all. So yeah,
Christmas.
More Marvel Zombies.
Take 10.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And myself in comics, Carissa was here for the first hour. She had to go for another meeting, so you can go back and watch the rest. But we're doing the news if you would like to stick around with us and see just a couple more articles of what's going on in comics today.
Yep. So, yes. So that's, I think, all for Marvel. So what's next?
Yeah. Let's see. I am up next. So.
I thought you were going to say I'm Groot.
I could have. So Get ready for an awesome new series from Daniel Warren Johnson, the guy who blew us away with Wonder Woman, Dead Earth, and Beta Ray Bill. This time, he's mixing things up with a wild fantasy tale called The Moon is Following Us. So Johnson, who's a superstar at both writing and drawing comics, is teaming up with artist Riley Rosmo, known for Batman, Harley Quinn, Wolverine, and colorist Mike Spicer, who worked on Transformers, Batman, and the Joker Deadly Duo. And so this 10-issue story is coming out in September from Image Comics, and it's looking like one of the hottest comics of 2024. First issue throws you right into the action. We meet 3 characters, a husband and a wife team, Duncan and Samantha, plus a funny frog dude named Brio who's wearing a crown. They're planning to break into the fortress to save Duncan and Samantha's daughter from some bad guys called the Cascade. The story's got all the classic fantasy stuff, spooky castles, twisty mountain paths, shady traders. It's a lot like Dungeons and Dragons come to life. But here's the twist. Duncan and Samantha aren't from this world. While everybody else is swinging swords and axes, the two are packing machine guns, rocket launchers, and more. So there's also flashbacks with their daughter, who makes you wonder what's really going on with this world. And just totally looks like a wild ride.
And Leo, I think we should also note that Daniel Warren Johnson has been killing it on I believe it's Image's Transformers, which most recently won an Eisner, if I'm correct. So good, nice to know he's leveling it up. So, Carrie, I feel like this is something you would read.
Probably. That's probably going to make the list. Yeah.
I do have to say
the list of about 500 titles.
The new Transformers series is phenomenal. So definitely everybody should be checking it out.
Are they crossing over with G.I. Joe in that, or is that something else?
Yes.
Oh, they are?
And there's a separate, I don't think that the main story touched on it a little bit, but I think there's like a second crossover issue or a crossover series.
Nice.
I need to get caught up. I think I'm 2 issues behind right now.
Okay.
We're ruling the world right now. All of our stuff is retro and in style again. I like it.
Yes.
And selling out like crazy.
Baby. Yeah. 80s is back.
Sure. So I think, Carrie, are you next?
Yes, I am.
Last story, Carrie.
Oh,
no, there's the one more that was added on the end. But all right, so something else that I'm going to be reading. Distillery made an announcement, made a number of announcements at SDCC this year, including the upcoming You Won't Feel a Thing. Go back. There's only one for this one. It's a 3-part miniseries that is going to pair up Scott Snyder and Jock, who worked together before on Witches, and it's edited by Will Dennis of 100 Bullets fame. The reunited duo will be telling us a horrific tale about Jack, a retired detective who is trying to hunt down a serial killer from his past whilst losing bits of his memory to a brain tumor. Fighting against his body and people who have no faith in his quest, this noir horror pits up against both real horror and deep psychological dread. The lucky early arrivals at San Diego Comic-Con were fortunate enough to receive joint signed prints on Saturday for free. And the comic will be released in November, presented in Distillery's perfect bound prestige format, featuring wraparound covers with spot gloss on robust cover stock, complemented by 48 pages of exquisite interior stock. You can also acquire it digitally via Distillery. The main cover art we have right here is by Jock, and look forward to variants and special incentive covers coming out as well. On to the next pick, though. Distillery also announced an October release of multiple Eisner Award-winning author and editor Becky Cloonan, whose erotic horror book Somna was a sold-out success. Becky is both contributing to and editing this one-shot collection of folk horror tales. Per Distillery, With Come Find Me, Cloonan unearths a corpse with 2 coins laid over its decaying eyes. When an opportunistic thief robs the cadaver of its last possessions, a sinister curse erupts, dooming it all it touches. Hamlet Machine, known for Lucifer's Garden, presents a chilling tale of a musical demon who makes Faustian pacts with unsuspecting victims, creating a minor key symphony of human pain. E.M. Carroll from A Guest in the House, Molly Mendoza from Skip Stray, and Vanessa R. Del Rey from Redlands similarly reach into naturalistic romance and dread for one of the most chillingly beautiful descents into folk horror. Cover A, this one, is done by Cloonan herself, and cover B, the next one over, was done by Hamlet Machine, and these will also be released in the distinctive distillery format. And like I said, you can look up for this on October.
On October. Nice.
Wow.
In October. Sorry.
Look for it on it.
Wow.
Look for it on October.
Distillery is definitely killing it with their releases this year. They have just been racking up some great talent. And I just feel like, Carrie, you're just automatically in.
Oh, the drool. I want to move into like their basement and just start.
Stop the drooling.
Well, and the cool thing is that they do the digital releases as well as the, so if you can't really afford to go out there, and then I still get confused about the thing where you can sell your digital copies of them, but how it works.
Yeah, that blows my mind.
So basically, Carrie, what you're saying is that if you could get a job just being at distillery, you would jump at that and you'd be like, yes, I will come into that office. I will sit in those meetings. I will take notes. I will get coffee. Yes. Let me be a fly on that wall.
Well, there's so many that okay, I'm sporting Ghost Machine as well. So there's Distillery, Ghost Machine, Boom,
Carrie's
of course.
Gonna be driving a NASCAR soon.
Image. Yes, you can buy it. You can buy the digital editions, and they do have this weird trading thing that you can do with them. So it's really cool. And cool. Yeah, Distillery, though, they're the ones that are going just way above and beyond with the formatting that they do for their physical editions. It's just insane. But you're going to have to buy bigger covers for them. But
there you go.
It's okay.
Okay, so Carrie's money is already gone, so that's good to know.
I'll be homeless soon.
Yeah. All right. So I think I have the last story, which I'm really sorry, everybody. This is a somber note, but this is definitely worth mentioning. Joyce Brabner, who is a pioneer nonfiction comics writer, unfortunately has passed away. She was 72. She had been in treatment for cancer, where she had detailed her slow recovery on Facebook page. Now, this death, which was confirmed by her daughter, Danielle Batone, if you might recognize Joyce, it's because she is a very frequent co-star of Harvey Pekkar's American Splendor comics, being that she was married to the late, great comic book writer and character. And as for those who don't remember, American Splendor was a extremely honest autobiographical comic about Pekkar's life as a filing clerk at the VA. This is drawn by various artists throughout time, and she, being his wife, became a character in the series, and even co-wrote our Cancer Year, which was his battle with lymphoma. It was drawn by Frank Stack. So in 2003, when they did the American Splendor movie, where Harvey was played by the great Paul Giamatti, she was portrayed by Hope Davis. Where I believe in the movie she might have even appeared as herself. There were parts where the characters meet their portraying actors, and she enjoyed the publicity tour, which saw her husband recognized as an important author outside of comics. Now, she did, of course, contribute a lot to American Splendor, but she also did some other notable nonfiction work. She did Real War Stories, which was a collection of stories with Brian Bolland, the late great Denny O'Neil, which was in conjunction with the Central Committee for Conscientious Objectors and Citizen Soldier. Her most important work was in 1989 when she did Brought to Light, which was a collaboration by the great Alan Moore and the also equally great Bill Sienkiewicz, which investigated the CIA's involvement in the Iran-Contra affair, which was produced in collaboration with the Tristic Institute. This book, for those who don't know, won several awards, but caused quite a bit of controversy when it was published. So following her husband Harvey's death in 2010, she not only continued to represent his legacy, but she also continued to work on comic projects, including contributions to strip aids, animal rights comics, the anthology The Beats. Her second Avenue caper, When Goodfellas, Divas, and Dealers Plotted Against the Plague, which was illustrated by Mark Zingarelli in 2014, won the Lambda Literary Award for LGBT graphic novel. So essentially, everybody, her presence in comics and whatnot is definitely missed. She was quite a character, but from what I understand, based on what was written of her, she was very strong, very opinionated, caustic but kind-hearted, and was a crusader for the truth. So our condolences to her family for her loss, but her, like her husband, will of course be remembered forever.
Well said, Drew. Well said.
I know. I just feel bad that we're ending it on this note because, by God. So.
Well, if you'd like a quick insight to bring us up a little bit, on Horror Watch that I've got going on right now, released tomorrow, Dark Horse is going to be bringing us Arkham Horror, The Terror at the End of Time, #1, by writer Cullen Bunn and artist Andrea Multi. And the thing about this is that not only is it a comic book, but it ties in with the Arkham Horror universe that is a Lovecraft horror from the entertainment leader Asmodee, and it has a cooperative adventure board game, a cooperative living card game, and several tie-in novels that go with it. So you can play the game, get the novels that explain the characters' motives, and they have the card game as well as the board game. And yeah, so now he's writing the comic book series to go with it. So I think it's kind of a breakthrough thing. And he actually, I found it on it. He didn't know that they were releasing it. He was just like on his Discord, oh, so this is going up now.